Hello guys, this is Panzermartius36, and today's video is going to be inbox review of this kit here. It's Hobbyboss's Russian T-40 light tank. I actually never built a Hobbyboss kit before, nor have I purchased any, so it's a new manufacturer for me. And I just bought it because it's a new kit. I assume I think it's dated like late 2014. It's a new kit. It was the newest kit at my shop or something like that. And I like the T-40. I was reading up about it a little bit in some books and stuff, so I saw this kit and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it's a little box, like a normal like a dragon or trumpet or whatever box is, but a little bit wider and a little bit longer. It's the exact size of the instruction sheet on the inside. That's how big it is. So yeah, we're just gonna do an inbox review of it and show you what it's like. I couldn't find very many reviews of this when I was looking at buying the kit, but it's a really nice kit actually. So as you can see here, I apologize if there's any glare or anything like that, but I've got lights set up so you can kind of see better. The box art, as you can see, the T-40 in winter camouflage, and you got a nice background there. Most modern kits actually have really nice backgrounds. Those trees are nicely done. And then on the side of the box here, you have a short, just right up on it, and then you got a diagram here of one of the camouflage schemes you get. You can probably, if you want to really read this, you just pause the video now and look at it. But basically, this was one of their light amphibious tanks they made, and it's pretty small. And basically, the main gun is the Dushka 50 caliber heavy machine gun, and it's got a coaxial DT or whatever it is. Yeah, DT, like 29 or whatever it is, 27. And yeah, it's a very small tank, very little armor. Yeah, and here they say it's based off the T-37, T-38. Nothing on the back of the box. On this side, what it shows is the German captured camouflage scheme. Not sure if that's historically accurate, but I assume it would be because they had a lot of these tanks early war. And then they got the photo etched parts here. Also comes, I think, a little more photo etched than that. And then just more box art on both the sides. So, opening it up, and first what you get is the instruction manual, which is what basically made the box have to be this size. It's exactly the same size as it. And I do like trumpeter kits a lot, and I like the style of their instructions and everything, and this is very reminiscent of that. It's very good. So looking at the sprue guide here, not that many parts in the kit actually, but it's a pretty small tank. A small decal sheet, brass wire for the tow cable, and there's a tow cable there, yeah. It's got like guns and stuff on it for the tank, and then there's various other bits for it. And the tracks are on sprues, which you know, I prefer like magic tracks in a bag because I'm lazy, but it's much better than a rubber band track in my opinion, at least. And since it's a small tank, there's going to be less track links overall. So what we have here is the marking guide. So you have one marking here, again very reminiscent of the wonderful ones you get in the Academy kits, sorry, trumpeter kits. So I'm really liking this first Hobbyboss thing I built, or bought. I'm gonna build it soon though. And here you have the German captured one. There's plenty of more camouflage schemes you can do it in if you look up. Then we'll just look at the instructions here. They're very nicely labeled. It tells you to bend. Rather than just a symbol, they say the symbol and then also the word bend underneath it, which is nice for the photo etched parts. And then they're showing you putting them on. Not that many parts going on at each step, so it's nicely set up. Okay, here we go. It says 86 links per side. That's a good thing to say. I built that trumpeter kit and there was no number. I had to count them. Yeah. Also amphibious, so you got a nice propeller there. Yep, looks nice pictures here. They're very well detailed. You can clearly see where they're going on. They have dashed arrows coming in behind and pointing where they're going. Really liking it. And we do have notes and stuff like that, telling you to cut and remove some parts here. So that was that 8 steps. The turret is basically 1 step. It's not that big. So I don't think you have, well, there's no interior for the hull, but you do have the interior for the turret, at least the guns, and I assume that's basically all there is in the turret, because you have these two guns and basically the commander's head. I think there's only two people in the crew, the commander, gunner, loader, and then the driver. I'm not sure though, don't quote me on that, but I'm assuming that this turret is basically all that you get in it, because the magazines and extra ammo might be in the hull. Not sure though. So, very nice instructions. You get this here, which is a little kind of explanation of the kit, new variant. Yeah, I'm just showing this exact kit here. Lots of photo etches you can see there, it looks really nice. And then individual track links are included. And then on the back here, what do we got? Alright, so we got a 222, these are more kits. We have a FW190D and a T-37A. That kit was at my store too, it looked pretty nice. Alright, so now we're actually going to get to the kit finally. And there's not actually that much in the box, which I'm actually kind of looking forward to building this. It'll be a nice quick build for me. But it's looking beautiful in here. Alright, so this first sprue here has the hull. If I get some scissors or something like that. Alright. So we got this bit here. We do have some little wiry plastic bits in there, but they're not broken or anything like that. And here, I'll zoom you in so you can see the nice rivet detail we got on the hull here, the upper hull. Very nice, and very small sprue gates there, but there's a nice distance, the kind of square bit between the round part here that connects. It's quite long, so you can easily get your pliers in there and cut it. It's not going to be too close, so you have to actually, like, you know, damage the part to cut it off or something like that. We got these bits here. I'm not really sure where all these bits go. I don't know that much about this tank. It's just like a little scout tank, you know. I got that hatch there for the driver. And this looks like it's the rear, probably right about there. This part here. And we have a shovel and some more little bits here. Like just various parts are going to go in the hull. There's a nice little part there I was talking about. I suppose that could get broken in the kit, but it is nicely surrounded on all sides by sprue, and it was in a bag with no other sprues in that bag with it. So it's probably going to stay intact. And yes, we do have pin marks in the back of the parts, but you know, it's the back of the part. And these parts here, like the shovel and stuff like that, they are not pin marked on the back. And these little ones up here too, they don't look like they have any problems on the back of them due to the pin marks or anything like that. It's basically where they can put pin marks and nobody cares, they are some. Also, the hatch here has some interior detail. If I can find it, there it is. So you can see there's some kind of like padded part on it and some kind of like handles and stuff like that. So I suppose you could open it up and have a driver figure there. So looking nice so far. And next up we got the lower hull and the tow cable. Let's crack this open. So I like these copper wire kind of tow cables that you're getting in some of these new kits. They're much more flexible than those, like the ones that you get in Dragon kits. They're really nice, but the metal made of is quite solid, so they're kind of hard to work then. But when you get them in the position that you want, they'll stay exactly like that. These ones are a little more flexible. So I don't really know which one I like better. Dragon ones are nice. They're just a bit stiff. These ones are flexible, but then they're not stiff. So, you know, it's a bit bent there, but that's no problem. You can kind of clean that up by going like this with your hand. Probably that'll probably smooth it out. Yeah. Alright. That's nice. Yeah, let's see, where's the lower hull? Here we go. We've got lots of rivets on it, but it is very nice. I don't see any warping in it or anything like that. We're just gonna put it with the hull here. Looks like it's straight. So we'll zoom you in. You can see the beautiful detail in this. I'm really liking this kit. And you have some very faint, like engravings there. They're not like raised or anything. They're just very faint. You can probably see them. Right there, there, and there, where some parts are going to go on, I think. But I think on this one you only have one there. So you might want to put a wee bit of filler on there, you know, maybe some Mr. Surfacer. Or if you just don't care, you can probably cover that up with some mud because it's right in the lower glacis there. Or glasses, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Then you got this part here, which is where the propeller comes out. And the return roller mounts are actually molded on, but it's just a little peg. And then where the torsion bar suspension is. So, no interior detail, but I'm not really complaining about that. Alright, so we got now the turret. The turret sprue is something like 15 parts maybe. So look at this now. So we got the actual turret here. It kind of reminds me of a BT and BTR turret from nowadays. I guess it's kind of the same idea. You got a 50 cal, or now it's a 14.5 millimeter. So we got just a little tiny turret in there. We got this part here, which I guess is the top front of it. That kind of goes on there. That kind of protects it, and then you got the mantlet that goes underneath it. And that makes up the front of the turret. Hatch here. Then you have the dish guy here, and the DT, separate magazine. And then just various bits here that probably go on the turret. I don't really know where they go exactly. I'll zoom you in. You can see there's a bit of flash. I'll show you. There's a bit of flash right there. Right along the edge of the turret, but I can just take that off with my fingernail, honestly. That's not bad at all. And if we look at the Dushka here, you can see that the detail in it is very nice on like the ribbing along the barrel there or whatever. Same thing with the DT here. And then I got the magazine there. And the same really nice bolt detail. Let me look at it for a second here. The bolts are round. I'm not sure if they should have like a hex pattern to them, but I think if they did, I think if they were supposed to have hex pattern, they probably would in the kit. I'm not sure at all about that. And the mantlet there, and the top there. So that's that sprue there. What do we got left? This review is going on long, but I'm showing this nice kit in detail. Alrighty, so I'll just go through this quickly. This is the road wheels, I assume. And you got 2 sprues in here, each one with 5, because the idler wheel is also a road wheel. the same kind of wheel, but it's on like an idler mount, so it can kind of change the slack in and out and stuff. They kind of remind me of Panzer II road wheels actually, but they're a bit smaller. So you can see there's only 2 mold points, which is nice. So if you really screw them up, well, the top's going to be covered by the top rung of tracks, and the bottom's going to be covered by the bottom rung of tracks. So, you know. And I'm going to see, yeah, there's a bit of a seam along it, along the edge, you know, halfway down, along the middle, but you get that in every single kit. So that's to be expected, and you can also take that off with your sanding stick or your knife, just kind of go around. Or again, if you're lazy, it's probably going to get covered up by the rubber paint and the mud you put on, you know. No complaints there. So next up, we'll go through this sprue here, which has the suspension and bits for the hull. Right, so there's 2 sprues here. I'll show you one. So we got these tiny little wheels up here. These are the return rollers along the top. Once again, you got 2 points on them, right, rather than like 4 you might get on some kits, I don't know. And then you got, oh wait, 6 of them, I guess maybe they're doubled, or I'm not exactly certain. Thought there was only going to be 3 per side. Maybe get some extras. Thought there's only 3 on each side and they're only a single wheel, but you know, I might be wrong. So then we got the drive sprockets down here. Oh, actually, I think this is an option because one's got 4 holes, one's got 2 holes. But they both look exactly the same, so I think maybe I'm not certain though. We have an option of doing a 4-hold one or a 2-hold one. Because they both... Yeah. That's pretty interesting there. And then this is like the little mechanism where the drive sprocket goes on. Like gears and stuff in there, you know, that's why it's shaped differently. And then here we got the tiny little torsion bars here. These are tiny. A tiny little tank. Alright. So you zoom you in and you can see that there is a tiny little pin mark on them. But it's raised, so, you know, take it off with your sanding stick and knife. Much better than an indent. Also, it's behind the road wheel, and there's going to be mud there if you're going to mud it up or whatever like that. So, I'm not really complaining about that. I probably won't do anything about it. And we got the headlight here. It's slightly bent on the sprue mount, but I don't think it's going to damage it at all. We got a little bit up here. I'm not sure what this is for, but it is nicely molded and it's very small. And over here we got like toe mounts or whatever, where they hook it on or whatever, you know. These look like hinges. Oh, there we go, hinges. And then a little bit up at the top there. And then these are like little kind of bumpers that stop the torsion bars from going too far up, you know. So we got 2 of those sprues. They look very nice. And there's also, I'll show you this actually. These look like extra rivets. You often see these on kits, but right there. Those look like extra rivets. You can slice them off with your knife and put them on. Not sure if you need to do that on this kit though. And let's see, we got 8 sprue here. And a couple more bits. Might as well cut it out. So in this sprue we have these parts here, which are kind of like plates that go on the side of the hull. Up on the front, they're just like the front plate. And the sides of the upper hull, this looks like maybe the rear plate. I'm not sure exactly. And then we have little tiny bits here. Not exactly certain what these are for, but they're just details for the hull or something like that. As you can see, they're nicely molded. Once again, the really nice rivet detail. I have no idea how long this review is going on for, but, well, I'm showing the kit off. And this one here. Oh, I know what that... Okay, here, I'll show you. I just showed this one here, and I showed that I thought this one was maybe the back of the turret, if we can focus. Well, look at this here. This is the next sprue. That's the same one, but with a hole there, because this is for the amphibious propeller. So I guess maybe you can choose to have a non-amphibious one, because I think on most later ones they just didn't bother going for it. Because they didn't really go across many rivers. Got these little kind of hatchy things you see. I don't know what they are there. You see them on T-34s as well. They're a bit longer, I think. You got one there and you got another one up here. I think they're like some kind of engine vent. And then that's probably a mount for... Actually, no, these are probably swim vanes. Yeah, they're probably rudders. Like a... What I just said was complete crap. They're rudders, not the flappy things you see on T-34s. Oh, right, and then this is the, like a little drive shaft kind of mount for the propeller. That's what those are. They must be swim vanes that go kind of behind the propeller vertically and they steer. Alright, now next up we got the tracks. There's 7 sprues, I think? Yeah, 1 bag of 4, 1 bag of 3. Oops, sorry. Alright, so between each layer there is a foam padding thing, which is nice. And these are tiny little tracks. But they are nicely detailed. I don't see any flash on them at all. Just got 3 molding points on them. On each of the points where it, like, you know, hinges along the track, so just quick clean up with a knife. And there's only 7 sprues, and each one is, how many is this going to be? Like 20 tracks, something like that. I'm not going to bother counting it. So, yeah. That T-62 I built, it had 7 sprues as well, but I think there was something like 30. No, that wasn't 30. There was like 200 tracks I had to do. And they're much bigger as well. So, here we got the decals. I really like those tracks, by the way. I think most of the I was thinking about buying one of their T-36s, I think, or T-26, and I heard that they had rubber tracks. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not sure. But now this is nice. So now we got this decal sheet here. Never worked with these decals before, so I've got no idea how well they work. But if you can kind of see through there, you got that marking. That kind of goes along the turret. Then we got some German crosses, and then some kind of like markings and stuff. Symbols and things. I don't really know what they are, but yep, there's only 2 marking guides given. Or marking schemes given. Then we got this thing here. Once again, it's very trumpeter-esque. Where we got it in the in this bag here, and I think it's probably taped. Yeah, it's taped on both sides, so that way you can take off one layer. Basically, it's got 2 sticky layers of tape between like this, so you can take off one side. Then you cut the parts off, they won't fly away because they're stuck to tape. Then you just put your knife under it and peel it off, and it doesn't bend the part at all because it's just tape. That's a really good idea. So that's looking nice, and we got, let's see, lots of photo etch options. You got these long sections there, sorry for the glare. Bits here to fold, vents for the engine. I'm not exactly certain what all these are, but they look like they're nice details. So I think we've about the same amount of parts in photo etch as we do in plastic. So overall, it looks like a really nice kit. I've got no idea how it builds up, of course. But I've heard lots of good things about Hobbyboss's kits, so I'm going to assume it's a nice build, and I'm probably going to build it soon, so I will definitely share my thoughts on that. It looks like a nice little build. Shouldn't take any more than a couple of days to build up at least. Well, those tracks are going to take a little while, but they will look nice. So overall, I really like that kit. It's I can't really say anything wrong about it, honestly. I haven't built it, of course, but like there's no rubber band tracks, there's no errors. I saw no flash, except for a little bit on the turret, but that was thumbnail. Just scrape it and it's gone. So I can't really say anything bad about it, honestly. The only thing I would maybe like to see was maybe interior turret detail, but I think it might have had that already, or if there is any, it's probably just going to be magazines just along the walls because there's not really space for anything in there. Also, there's no wiring for the headlights, but you just get some old. What I do is I take an old pair of headphones and just, like they're broken, I just take the wires out of those and it works. But pros, definitely the tracks, the tow cable looked great. The detail looked really nice as well. Tons of photo etch, which if it's your thing, that's a pro. If it's not, then you're out of luck. But the detailing on the machine guns and everything, the welds look nice. I don't think I showed you the welds actually, but you probably saw them on the sides of the parts, but the welds look really nice. Yeah, so just seeing this, I would probably recommend this kit. Of course, I'm going to build it up pretty soon, hopefully. I'm kind of tempted to build it up almost now. I'm working on a KV right now, but it's looking really nice. And it should be a pretty quick build too, maybe a weekend or a week, as I said before, so hope you guys like this. It's a pretty new kit. I couldn't find many reviews of it, so I don't know. I'll build it up and I'll tell you how I find that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a nice build. So hope you guys enjoy the review, guys. Yeah, really impressed with my first buy from Hobbyboss. Just a great looking kit. So, yep, thanks for watching, guys. Happy building, and goodbye.